Hi, Dennis. It's a pleasure to bring forth a new idea for to you again for our collaboration. And so here it is. It will be a set of three pieces, three cards which create one scene like we did before, but this one has three instead of four. And what's happening in this scene basically is in the center card, we're going to have a unique monster. And I mentioned it to you before that you will have a lot of creative license there to design a unique, novel monster. It can almost be like Alien. And what's happening is we're going to see a battle scene here in the sky. So on the left, we're going to have one dragon, maybe wings out, something like that. And over here on the right side, we're going to have another dragon in a different pose. And what's happening is this monster is going to be reaching out with tentacles to catch them. It's like the tentacles have exploded out with sudden speed, grabbing the dragons, and the dragons are struggling against the tentacles, but the tentacles are too strong, and the tentacles are going to pull the dragon into the mouth or the maw of this thing and just consume them. And this monster, like I said before, it can be like an alien monster because actually in my story it has the ability to teleport or appear and disappear at will, crossing time and space, crossing different dimensions. So it's basically going to pop out into the sky, consume those dragons, and then disappear again. Now, the dragons that it is consuming, actually you have already drawn one of the dragons before. Remember when we did the fire caller scene? So in that part of the story, we have four fire callers who are going on a mission riding two dragons. Now, you only drew one dragon in that scene. But in the story, four fire callers leave on two dragons to go on a mission. And what happens to them in the story is they actually get surprise attacked and eaten by this monster. So that's the scene we're drawing. So one of the dragons can be the same dragon that you already drew before in the fire caller scene. I want it to be the same dragon. And the second dragon can be similar but different, maybe slightly different anatomy, slightly different color, but basically from the same region or same area. And then we will imagine that two fire callers were riding each dragon. And you illustrated the fire callers before, so we know what they look like. But here we will imagine that they too are in danger. They too are being eaten or consumed. I have an idea that we can have maybe one tentacle is reaching specifically to grab one tiny little fire caller. We could see him here. Another fire caller could be falling off, like maybe he was knocked off or maybe he decided to jump off. So maybe there's a body falling here. Perhaps another fire caller could be in this scene. Maybe he's about to be put inside the mouth. And maybe a fourth could be, I don't know. We'll find space on the game card somewhere to put them. But that will be easy. We can just put the tentacles wherever we want, wherever there's empty space. He could be grabbing a fire caller off the dragon here. Um, but something like that. So it's definitely action-packed, very dramatic. Again, those tentacles look like they're exploding out. Fire callers are being grabbed. The dragons are struggling against the tentacles, trying to break free, but it's no use. And the background basically can just kind of be like sky. We could do this from any angle or any perspective that you want. That would look good. So the angle or the perspective can really be up to you. We could think about looking top down, bottom up, from the side. The background could be sky, or it could include some ground or some mountains, however you want to do that. But the main thing is we got to keep a dragon here because that is one focal point for that game card. The monster has to be here because that is the focal point for that game card. The second dragon has to be here because that's the focal point for the third game card. And when we put it all together, it creates one scene. And the tentacles that break out like this help to connect the scene together and show it's one thing. And maybe the dragon tail here could connect over there, you see. If there's some way that we can connect across the three game cards, that will be helpful for the visuals. Okay, that's it for this video. Thank you so much, Dennis. I'm excited to see what you think about doing this one.